In epic comedic failure news, comedian Kathy Griffin has quit the hit E! Network style critiquing show Fashion Police. Why? Because my boo Zenbaea, Zendaya Coleman, has scared her off by turning the light on that cockroach. The Fashion Police staff tried being nasty nits and thought saying Zendaya's dreadlock hairdo at the Oscars made her look like a drug addict. Now everybody wants to run away. What a bunch of fucking cowards. I guess gay people really can't bash straight women and get away with it. Haha, society fooled you. You thought you could just throw straight women under the bus, didn't you? Because you're down with the gays. Check out what TMZ had to say about Kathy quitting. TMZ writes, quote, Kathy Griffin has thrown in the towel, quitting Fashion Police because she thinks it's too mean-spirited. Griffin just tweeted a treatise saying, quote, I thought I could bring my brand of humor to Fashion Police so that beautiful people in beautiful dresses could be teased when appropriate. Griffin adds, quote, my brand of humor, while unrepentant and unafraid, is all about context, in capital letters. There's plenty to make fun of in pop culture without bringing people's bodies into it, end quote. Griffin was not specific on what changed her tune, but she did say, quote, I do not want to use my comedy to contribute to a culture of unattainable perfectionism and intolerance towards difference, end quote. She never mentioned the whole thing with Zendaya at the Oscars, but she did mention in her tweet being a champion of people of color, end quote. Okay, so before I comment, check out this amazingly stupid and lengthy message she posted on Instagram. Okay, let's read this. She said, and I quote, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Kathy Griffin. I thought she was about to say Eminem. Let me start all over. She said, and I quote, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Kathy Griffin. I'm 54, have written and starred in 23 stand-up comedy specials. I have 2 Emmys, a Grammy, a New York Times #1 bestseller, decades of activism for the LGBT community. Is that a sandwich? Oh, no, that's the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual community. Let me stop right there. The reason why they group all of those different people together, lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transsexuals, is because there's so few people who are these things that they have to group them all together to inflate the numbers to make it seem like there's more gays than what there really is. Because a transsexual and a homosexual are two very, very, very completely different things. And anybody who mutilates their genitals like a transsexual obviously has very, very deeply rooted mental issues. So to put a gay person, like lump a gay person up with transsexuals, is to say that gay people have mental issues. Anyway, she goes on to say, have performed for the troops in Afghanistan and Iraq, among many other things. When I chose to step into the shoes of my beloved friend Joan Rivers at Fashion Police, I was thrilled to continue her legacy as a woman being brash and eccentric on television. Yeah, because there's nothing better to achieve for women than being brash and eccentric. I am a freedom-loving female and gay rights activist who loves to find the funny in all people's attitudes, beliefs, and appearances, but only when the context permits intelligent humor. Because saying that someone with dreadlocks looks like they smoke weed is intelligent humor. Anyway, she goes on to say, I thought that I could bring my brand of humor to Fashion Police so that beautiful people in beautiful dresses could be teased when appropriate. My brand of humor, while unrepentant and unafraid, is all about context in capital letters. There is plenty to make fun of in pop culture without bringing people's bodies into it. Again, people, context. Listen, I'm no saint. I'm a feminist and a girl. And in capital letters, and girl with 4 R's. GURRRRL. Who loves an offensive joke or well-timed barb. And you will find plenty in my repertoire, but I do not want to use my comedy to contribute to a culture of unattainable perfectionism and intolerance towards difference. I want to help women, gay kids, people of color. Wait a second. What about men and what about straight children? What about Caucasian people? Is she trying to play us? I want to help women, gay kids, people of color, and anyone who feels underrepresented to have a voice. What about retarded people? What about people with handicaps? They probably feel underrepresented. Mixed people probably feel underrepresented, especially when you say that if they have dreadlocks, they look like they're a drug addict. Anyway, she goes on to say, I want to help women, gay kids, people of color, and anyone who feels underrepresented to have a voice and the laugh. Laugh in capital letters. Because saying people who with dreadlocks look like they're drug addicts is so fucking funny. That has been my platform for decades, and my body of work speaks for itself. Yeah, trash. That you're not even really known for. After 7 episodes of Fashion Police, I discovered that my style does not fit with the creative direction of the show, and now it's time to move on. I wish E and the E team only the best, and I hope to continue to make you all laugh, performing live or on television where I can be smart. You're not smart, Kathy. Where I can be smart, irreverent, unrepentant, and unafraid in an observational way that is candid, honest, and justified. Pause. Saying that stupid stereotype about having dreadlocks and looking like you're on weed is not smart, and there's no observation in that. You're just repeating something that you heard. You're regurgitating. You're a fucking parrot. Anyway, she goes on to say, thank you to my fans for taking this ride with me. See you at the gay bars and the motherfucking Kennedy Center Saturday, January 20th, and everywhere else. Tickets on sale at kathygriffin.com. How's that for hashtag unapologetic? End quote. Okay, so you're bragging about not apologizing. I mean, you don't have to apologize. So basically, I wouldn't be surprised if they basically said to her, you know, Kathy, you have to apologize or you're out of a job. And she said, you know what, I would rather not apologize because I'm not sorry. And you know what, Kathy, that's fine. That's just freaking fine. But here's my opinion. She started off her letter by introducing herself because, as she said for years, she's on the D list. Not the A list, but the D list. Kathy Griffin is the total crept in the back door type of bitch. When you see her anywhere, people assume that she's the help. And when they find out she's not, they ask her, well, who the fuck are you? How the hell did you get up in here? So after her much needed introduction, she begins spouting off all of her alleged accolades within a few sentences because she's a fucking stranger. We didn't know she did anything at all. Thanks, Kathy. We all know the real reason why Jew got where you are. Nah, I'm just kidding. From one comedian to another, Jew should understand. Then Kathy attempted to garner sympathy and support for mentioning her performances for the military as if we give a fuck. And then she goes into some nonsense about speaking up for cocksuckers and buttfuckers like we're supposed to give a shit about that too. So what? You're a female and a gay rights activist, Kathy. Gays and females do not have less rights than the rest of us. So you can cut that shit out, you sneaky fucking liar. And those points should have nothing to do with your resignation. Anyway, she goes on to reiterate her stance as a feminist and the alleged to be determined quote unquote fact that she was born a female. I'm gonna need to see the test. I need an Adam's apple test and I need a gender test. She goes on to say a bunch more bullshit. Then she finishes off this list of senseless rambling by saying she will see her fans at gay bars in the motherfucking Kennedy Center in all capital letters for extra emphasis and shit. Oh, dramatic bitch. In other words, letting Zendaya know she isn't scared of her because the gays, which are maybe 3% of the population, have her back, along with women and whoever else she's using as her audience, whoever she's playing, whoever she's mind fucking. All that Kathy did was flex her pro-gay, pro-super liberal, I have connections with the Jews and homosexual muscles as Zendaya. Kathy Griffin face seems to be more than okay with stereotypes. So seeing redheads have no negative stereotypes, I want to create some right now. I think redheads should be seen as Holocaust supporters, Hitler sympathizers, and cocaine addicts. Because, well, I think it would be funny as a comedian. I mean, people kept spreading that mythology about my boo Lindsay being in love with the Coco. Allegedly. And she's a redhead, as you can see. I like at least one redhead. So I can't be redhead racist. Plus, I support fucking on the menstruation period. So I'm a fierce redhead myself, if you know what I mean. But this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channel. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Meat Magazine on YouTube.